No wonder nobody's been up here. What the heck? Yeah, this is the tree we came across the other day. And it's all the way across this road right here. We're gonna get this thing out of the way so people could get up here. You can see where this thing's been here a while. Big time four-wheelers have gone around it through the woods. But regular people in not so capable rigs can't get around this. I couldn't get around it in the 4Runner. There's no way. There's a big tree buried back in here that you have to have some serious ground clearance to get around. So let's get this thing out of here. This will be a good test for the 350i, and we'll probably have to do some dragging with the 4Runner. I brought a couple snatch blocks and some line and stuff. We could drag this thing down the road. I wanted to come in from the top, so we're not dragging it downhill onto us. So let's get this thing out of here. I'll show you where those guys were going around this thing. After we get this thing cut up a little bit, maybe we'll want to take a break. I'll show you. Somebody had some serious ground clearance to get around this. Okay, let's make a cut in the bottom first so this doesn't chip out on us. Well, let's mark this. Let's just mark it all the way around with the shallow cut all the way around, or at least part of the way around, so you can see what we're doing. This ought to be good right here. I think that's got it. Oh, I need to go back and get a wedge. Crap, forgot my wedge and my axe. Let's cut into this a little bit first though. Yeah, that's starting to pinch already. Gotta go back and get a wedge and the axe to drive the wedge in. Put this wedge in there. See if we can get underneath that. Get on the other side. Make sure we're all the way through. It's in there solid now. That's for sure. sure we're through there far enough. Flip back the other side. Okay, this should be our final cut. This is going pretty quick. This tree's still green, so cut's a little easier. Okay, let's finish this up. Oh, there it goes. All right, well, that was pretty easy. Didn't get our bar stuck. Okay, now we got to make another cut down there. Make this a little easier on ourselves. Okay, let's go down there. Oh, let's see, when we make this cut, we're gonna get some pretty serious movement out of this thing. I gotta do it low enough down the tree where I could pound the wedge in. This thing's kind of high up in the air. All right, let's go do this. We'll start on this end this time. Right here ought to be good. This ought to move my axe, huh? Let's mark this thing around. See, I don't want to crawl under there. I don't want to crawl under there, especially on the downhill side. Now I can see it. Okay. Cutting through this pretty fast. Wedge. Okay, should drop out of there. Want to get pinched. Kind of pinchy. Kind of pinchy. Should almost be ready to go though. Wow, we got that a lot further. Oh boy, okay. There it goes. It's just stuck there now. Maybe our wedge is the only thing holding it. Knock our wedge out of there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, that's a big chunk of wood. All right, let's get this next piece. Somebody's already tried to cut that, but they gave up. We'll get through it. We're gonna have to move these giant chunks with the 4Runner, that's for sure. Now we can pull these out of the way with the 4Runner.